Sharing the screen. One second. Okay, so let me open a new notepad. Today is 26th. Close this. Okay. Okay. So today, this is a simple topic. Means simple topic means yeah, maybe it is commonly used while working. Like basically the file. Okay, so you will create a file, you will write to the file, you will read the file, you will append the data to the file, you create a zip file, you unzip the file, you create a directory. If you have worked on Unix, you have an idea like through commands. The same way, even in Python, we do this, and it becomes an important activity to do this. Like whenever, because you write a Python script, you have a data file, you move that file, you have to write some data to that file, you have to zip that file, move to some other place. This is a common activity. Okay, but in interview there can't be any logical question. I told right, in interview in 45 minutes to 50 minutes or in 1 hour they get 10-15 minutes only or 20 minutes only for the Python. There are lot of logical question where they don't get time to ask all these things because this don't have logic. This as something like which are standard. Even you can mug it up like to read a file. There are some append mode like R, W, X, all those things, A, all those things which are normal. But while working in the company, this becomes common activity. You can't run away like creating a file. You have to edit the file. You want to zip. You can't do with in your Windows how you zip it because you are running it in server or somewhere where you have to do with the Python script. So this becomes a very important and handy operation while working in the organization. Maybe in the interview they will not ask because it's a standard. It's easy. It's not logical. Logical means it's not a logic where you have to write for loop, if loop, how it happens. It is a standard set of things where even you mug up, where you 4-5 times you try, it will register into your head and do that. Okay, so I am just giving all this idea so that you should know like where to be very strong for interview perspective, where to be okay. Okay, so why they will ask all this side because I am not a fresher who is training you. I am not even 5 years, 6 years who is a trainer. I have seen the entire journey and I have seen many technologies from the junior developer, team lead, to an architect level. I have a vast experience. So I know like because I have seen other trainers who just train the junk things also, which is not required. Okay, because they might be the people who have never worked in the company. They just read the book and they want to teach everything. Okay, so yeah, so it should be very simple for you guys where to concentrate. I have already told those set of programs. You concentrate on that, you practice another 100 programs, it's very good. And after that all the concepts of list, tuples, dictionaries, sets, those are important. For loop, if loops are important. Okay, I think only those things I have done. I have not done anything apart from that for almost 2 months. So I did functions. Functions are important because anything you have to create a function. So functions are important. Okay, now I am doing files. Functions also in the interview they will ask write a function. You have to write a function or how you will call the function, all those things they will ask you. So there will be a twist, all those things. So anonymous function, yesterday we saw how to if I want to quickly just go through that, it is a good thing. Where is that, where I have kept? Okay, I don't know where I kept. It's okay. Yeah. 19th, right? So this already it's previous week. So yesterday what we did, all these things. So how to call a function, all the logic you already know. Just calling a function is def function name, give the parameter. If you have any parameter, it can be empty parameter or a parameter, and whatever the parameter is there, so many values you have to give. Okay, or else it will throw an error. We should begin our classes like that. Okay, you should have, if you have two parameter, two value, and it can call multiple values, that is what it is calling. Okay, so this is one way using for loop, and one more way was giving the variable. Okay, you can call multiple operations in a single functions. We saw that. And arguments we saw, positional, don't directly go into this and mug up all these things, it doesn't help, just understand, it's only understanding. Okay, so because I told right in interview there was a person learning when the Python was introduced. No, it's only understanding. You understand the concept, you do practically, done, that's all. And you should be able to present. Okay, so we saw all this, the with the names you give and all. So whatever positional, keyword, default. Default means by default you give some value, and variable length. This is very important. Star n. Star means it can take zero arguments or it can take crores of arguments. So this would be a real scenario, because at the beginning sometimes I'll not know how many arguments it will come. Okay, it can be two arguments, three arguments, it can be x, y, later z, after that a, b, c, whatever parameter. So it is better, I will declare a star whenever I don't know, so it can cater. So they will ask the difference between args and k args, all these things you know. Like if you give n1 star n, the first would be assigned to the n1 and remaining are taken as the star, because this one will be having a one parameter. Okay, so if it is a reverse, you have to explicitly mention, or else it will throw an error. This can, all these actually are picked from the interview question and certificates paper only. These kind of things are they ask. Even in interview they will ask. Why they can ask any kind of scenario? Because this is very important. These concepts are very important, like a variable length argument and difference between variable length and whatever k args. They call this as k works. Okay, arguments and k works. So double star, it is same as this. It can take 0 or n arguments, but it is for dictionaries. It is for dictionary, that's all, simple. If you understand this, you know this, you already know dictionary. Dictionary is key value pair. All these are dictionary functions. Okay, so you try out it, and I would expect you to try out 30-40 questions like this. That is the reason, even if I have done 8 or 10 concept, I want you to try out 100, 150, 200 programs, then you are ready to go to interview. Or else you will not, you will get confused. You read whatever I have done, you practice whatever I am. In interview they will ask new question. Give me this data, reverse this, get me third data, get me fourth data. You know, but you can't tell the interview. You can write in an interview only if you have practiced 150 questions, at least 150 programs. That is the only thing you have to do in the Python. Python means do 150 programs. There you will get all the logics, like list, tuple, sets, if loop, for loop. Practice the same thing. Practice same thing again and again. Become strong. That's all. As a Python engineer, see, I am not a Python coder. We are a data engineer. In data engineering, Pythons are used for script handling, but that is not the only job I do. I also write SQL, I write Spark, I write Cloud, and there are different things we do. So this much you have to be strong. That's all. Okay. Python program to extract IP address from the file. Please help us to understand the assignment question. Okay. Yeah, I will speak about it later. Okay, so types of variable: global variables, local variables. The variables which are outside the function are called global variables. The variables which are declared inside the functions are called as local variables. You know that. If it is inside the variable, it is local variable. If it is outside, it is global. We already saw some example, and also we can declare in a different way also to make it global. Okay, so anonymous functions are again important, and it's very handy because in one liner we can do multiple things, and whenever it is for instant use and not to be saved somewhere, so use this function. Also it would be faster performance wise, so people love to use it. So you know this lambda argument expression. By using lambda function we can write very concise code so that readability of the program will be improved. Write a program to create a lambda function. So all these things, you know, just follow this. It can take n number of arguments, and also we can have what, multiple values, multiple functions can be passed. Filter, after filter you can have one more thing, so it's more convenient, nested functions in a single thing. Okay, so we know about filter. Map means 5 input 5 output, it doesn't reduce, that is a map. Filter will reduce, and also reduce will reduce, as the name itself suggests. Okay, like for example summing, multiplying, so obviously it will come as a one value, couple of values. Okay, so this one also, so you should know like how this works. I'll give some more time. Today I thought of doing which one, decorators. I'll not do because that is also important. For that you should know nested function, one function and one more function. I want you to read this week entire functions and all, understand the function, so that only that topic I will keep it for next week or sometime, decorator function, because that also plays with a function, inner function, outer function, how you call. You will definitely get confused if I try to teach you. So I want you to spend some time in function, practice everything, then only you will understand decorator function. Okay, so yeah, this was done. Where is the notepad? So now let us learn file handling. Okay, so as I already started, it's like we need to store our data permanently for future purpose. Okay, so data can't be always in the script. You do some calculation and done. Always at the end we write the data to the file. We read the data from the file. That is the whole part of file handling. Okay, so let me just give you the points also. All these points will help you as a part of programming requirement. We have to store the data permanently. We have to store the data permanently for future use. For this requirement we should use files. So we should use files. We should use files. Okay, files are very common permanent storage area for our data. So yeah, that is, you already know. See, there are different types of files. So one type of files is text file. Okay, which I'll be showing now. But while doing Spark, there are different type of files. I want you to research on all these things. Parquet file, this is a commonly used file in the Spark. ORC file, JSON file, CSV file, you already know. Okay, so usually whenever we are doing Spark, less time we use text file, because text has a limitation. Text stores the data in a normal character. Parquet and all has its own compression format. Like if you have text 1000 GB data, if you use Parquet file, it will convert into 300 GB data. One of the interview question is, tell me what are the different file formats you have worked or you have used. Okay, so I can start giving you the interview questions. tell me what are the different file formats have you used or known, whatever it is. Okay, so basically no one is interested in the text file, because text file no one means in the real time I don't use text file, I use parquet file. Okay, so parquet file, orc files, json files also use, sometimes csv files are also used. Okay, so I want you guys to research on this, get the information on this. It can be actually one of the common question in the interview. Attend any interview, they will ask this question. Get the information. So get the info. So I will ask next week someone to explain this. Okay, I will name someone to explain. This is a theory question. This is not a program question. You should be able to. Okay, this is one of your assignment for next week. Parquet file, orc file, json file, csv file. Get the information of this file. Get the information means create a ppt. Create a ppt on each file. See, this parquet file has internally header, index, it has its own intelligence. Create a ppt on each file telling the internal structure, performance, uh, okay, internal structure, performance, when to use which file format. See, this is a very important question. I want you everyone to spend some time, read parquet file, read orc file, read json file. It's a theory only. You need not to, there is nothing called practical. You should be able to do. Create a ppt. I can ask anyone randomly, or I can ask everyone to show your ppt next week and explain me this. This I can ask you because it's a theory question. Okay, it's not something technical where you spend time for 2 hours, you are not able to get. If you still not able to do, you guys are lazy. So, and any interview you go, if you attend 10 interviews, I think even in 10 interviews they will ask this question. So much important, because as soon as you come to big data, this is a common files we use, parquet, orc. In all my project I have used parquet, I have used orc, sometimes I have used, it depends, json file, csv, all this I have used. So it depends. So they will ask you and they might twist you the questions. How this is, see, I will tell you. Tell me which file is better, is it parquet or orc? Why parquet you feel better, why not orc? When you will go use parquet file, when you will use orc, have you worked on json file? So in which scenario you have used json file? Like this, see how many questions they come. This is a standard questions. See, it can be they might not ask python, but they will ask you this. You will have a easy chance to get into the company, but you will miss the opportunity if you have not learned this. It is a theory question. Got it right? Like this, as soon as I start spark, right, the more questions would be or like this only. More than like I will do practical, avoid it Python, but I will also concentrate on these kind of questions, because Python no one will ask, SQL no one will ask. SQL they might ask database, normalization, denormalization, everything. In Python they will not ask you memory optimization, internal thing, how this will happen and all. They give you 2 or 3 programs, done. They might, luckily they might ask you k of arcs question. Okay, they might ask you the difference between list, tuple. That is a cakewalk for you. List, difference between list, tuple, dictionary, this one. They might ask you decorators, generators. That's why I have kept that topic also. Okay, so they will not ask you anything about oops. They might not ask you about exceptional handling also. But when you are working, there might be a catch and block. That one example I'll show. It's not a big deal. So this is a standard questions. Okay, and if I teach you everything 100%, you will forget everything. Okay, so I am also trying to be smart enough for you to tell you. I've told you out of 10 interviews, I will also make note. Out of 10 interviews, they will ask in at least 7 interviews this question. 7 interview this question. Okay, so I know whenever I start coming means as soon as I start Spark, I have a lot of interview questions. Okay, so let us come back. So here we will see the text file only. When Spark comes, we will see all these files. Okay, so Python usually even in our data engineering we do for a small scripting and all. Mainly the Spark is where we do for a big data activity, because Spark works on a multiple parallelization, like multi-threading. If you have heard about multi-threading, what does multi-threading does? If you are one person is doing task, as soon as you do multi-threading, the same task is done by 4 people. But Spark can even break. If I do 1,000 partitions, one task can be done by 1,000 people at a time. So it's super fast and very great for huge data processing. Okay, okay, all right. So that was not the topic actually. So yeah, so what is the thing? Okay, so yeah, so opening a file. So yeah, so before performing any operation on the file, what we have to do? First we have to open the file. So we have an inbuilt function to do that, that is open. So that is f equal to open file name and mode. This is the syntax, file name and mode. Okay, file and tx syntax. So so I would love to give those points. Opening a file, okay, I will give, or else I know people will get confused. Opening file. So before performing any operation, first we have to open the file. Open file, use inbuilt function open. Okay, so you know that there is an inbuilt function open. But at the time of open, we should also specify the mode. Mode means whether it's reading, writing, or whatever, appending, all those things. So that also I'll give. But at the time of open, we have to specify the mode, which yeah, which represent the purpose of opening. Means whether you have opened the file to read or write or append or read and write, for that, which represents the purpose of opening file. Opening file. Okay, so let me give you the modes. Okay, what are the modes? So we have R for read mode. Okay, opens the existing file for reading operation. Open an existing file. Okay, read operation. I don't want to elaborate too much. Read operation. Okay, write, W for write operation. Write operation. If the file already contains, okay, this also I have to give. If the write operation, whenever you give write mode, we will see all these things with an example. Okay, because it's important while you working, this is what you play. You do all the processing with the data and you save the data in the file. So you should know this strongly. If the file already contains data, then it will be overridden. Means already you have a data, we will see that. So again you already, once the file is there with 1 2 3 4, now you again open and do the write mode 1 2 3 4 and you print 5 6 7, and in this iteration 1 2 3 4 will go off. That is what it is trying to say. However, we will see this. Okay, next is append. Append is open the existing file, means it won't override existing data. If the specified file is not already available, then this mode will create a new file. So it won't override existing data. Override. We will see this existing data. So all this point is important. If the file, if the specified file is not available, then this mode will create a new file. Okay, next there is r plus. That means to read and write data into the file. Okay, to read and write the data into the file. The previous data in the file will not be deleted in this. Okay, we will see that all those things with an example. To write and read data. Here first it reads and later it writes the data. Here it writes, okay, it writes and read the data. So that means it will override the existing data. Means first it writes means the old data will be overwritten. It will override the existing data. So what is next? A plus is also there to append and read data from the file. So because only A will append, but you also want to read, for that to append and read data from the file. So once you see example, you will understand. That's what we will do. And there is also x is there. So what does x does? To open the file in exclusively creation mode for write operation. To open the file in exclusively creation means it creates the file and also writes. If you don't have a file, you use X, it creates a file and also writes the file. Okay, only if you do write, it will write the file. Okay, that means here if the file already contains, means file should be there, but X as soon as you put, it creates a file. That is what it's telling. It opens the file in exclusively creation mode for write operation. Okay, so let us see this how to do. So for example, do you have any file? Let me come here. Okay, let me delete this now. So if I directly give f equal to open ABC, do you have open ABC? Let us see. It is okay. Let me run. Okay. Do we have ABC? Okay. ABC file is there, so it doesn't have any data. Okay. Is it creating a file? BCD? 1 minute. Okay, great. It is actually creating a file also. The new file is getting created. Okay. So open BCD and it is asking for writing. So we are opening the file ABC for writing. So after opening, it is also good to close. There is a command called f.close, means the close command. So if you don't close also, there is no problem, but what happens in the real time, there will be performance issue. A lot of processes would be opened. If you don't close, after 1 or 2 months, your admin will tell whatever you have done has created lot of memory. So please use a proper programming. So you have to close it. Okay. So that is what the thing is. So closing a file, I'll give a note. Closing a file. We will also feed the data and do other activities. Close a file. So after completing our operations, we have to close the file. We have to close the file. Okay. So what we will do is various properties of file object. So various properties of file objects. Okay. So once we open the file, we could get file objects. We get various details related to the file by using these properties. For example, name means I will give that note. Once we opened the file and we get file objects. As soon as you open the file, we get file objects. We get various details related to that file. We get various details related. Yeah, we have to mention obviously, but here what's happening? It's going to the default PyCharm path. Okay, so we can mention the path also, which we will see later. But yeah, right now what's happening? There is a default path. C user for me Arsha PyCharm projects. It will be saved here. So if I just let me show you that file now. So let me copy this. Copy this. Okay, I can go from the C user. C user, where is user? C users, Arsha, PyCharm, py, py capital. Okay. Okay, where it went? C users, Arsha. I should have all that file right where it went. PyCharm projects, project 7. Can you see here the file? This is a path. So you can change the path. You can also give the path. We'll see that. So right now just concentrate on this. So it is here. So details related to that file by using the properties, by using the below properties. So that means we have a name. Name is some keyword. It tells the name of the opened file. So next is mode. Mode in which the file is opened, whether read, write, execute. Mode in which the file is opened. Next is closed. Returns boolean value, indicates the file is closed or not. Returns the boolean values indicating the file is closed or not. Readable and writable. Readable function. So what it does, returns boolean value, indicates whether the file is readable or not. So that means returns the boolean value indicating that the file is readable or not. Because these things we use, we directly don't read and write, because if it is a bad file, we are wasting the time, okay, of reading the bad file. So it will at the beginning will tell whether the formats, everything's are fine, so that the files are readable or not. Okay, is writable or not. Okay, so now let us see the same example. So we have f equal to bcd, print file name. So print what? File name. File name is what? F dot name. Okay, f dot name. So all these are there for your reference. So whether the file is what it is doing, the file name is bcd. Okay, so you got this. Next is, so all this can be taught in a more way when you are doing a scripting. So you have to see the file name. Later you use, if this is put in a variable, if the file name is this, then only process. If some other file name, put it in a else part. So reject it. So all those things. So it's, that is what, all these things have to be included in your logic. That's all matters. These are like theory only. Even if I do programming, it's a straightforward. Okay, so it's a straightforward, but the logic you should start getting that by yourself by practicing. Okay, so file mode. So you should also know what is a file mode. If you want to know, there is a mode keyword, a mode. So it says what kind of mode your file is, read, write. So it is W, it is a write mode. So next is whether it's readable or not. So for that also we have already seen. So file is file readable, file readable. So what is that? We have a readable. We just readable, readable. So what it says? It says the boolean value is file readable, false. So file is actually in the write mode, not in the read mode. Okay, so next is file writable. Next one is file writable. Just see writable. Okay, true. Yeah, file is in the writable mode. Next is file closed. That is one question we had, right? So whether the file, until you don't give f dot close, it will not close. So let us see that. So next one is file closed, is file closed, f dot closed, closed, closed. So it should be false. What is this? It should say false, right? Is file closed, bool object is not callable. Okay, I think, yeah, it doesn't require the function. Okay, is file closed, false. So how to close the file? Can you ping me? I just told you, just to ensure that you guys are not sleeping. So how to close the file? I opened this file, I have to close this file. So how can I do it? You can chat, you can put the chat there. I've already given. They are simple. I've already given. Just see and mention, simple thing. Yes, that's all good. F dot close. F dot close. F dot close. Okay. Now after this, let me see, is the file closed? See, true. If file is closed, true. So this is how this all these keywords will be handy for you. Okay, if I directly given, it's slightly difficult. So read this pointer for your information. Next, writing the data to the file. We just created a file. We just checked all these things. See, these checkings are important. I just told you. How you use in a program is how you get when you practice 150 programs by yourself. Okay, this time I want to check it and then I have to do some processing. Okay, so you will get an idea. Okay, so writing data into the file. We have just opened. Let us write some data to text file. To text file. So we can write actually. Okay, let us do this. Writing data into the file. This is done. So f equal to open. I will again, I can create abcd.txt comma write. So yeah, okay, write should also be given in single quotes. Okay. Next is what? You write. You have just opened the file. You start writing f dot write. So Mahesh slash n. See, Python is not difficult. The same thing in Java and all, there are a lot of drama, curly braces, that's this and all. This is very simple, but any programming you have a logic. Without logic, you cannot run away. Just master that logic. That's all you have to do. Master the logic, then you will be able to play your game. Okay. F dot write Mahesh or Manu, Sonu, whatever it is. This is slash n is for the new line. Okay, slash n is for the new line, and Sonu, whatever it is. So at the end I will print f dot write print data returned successfully, data returned to the file successfully. This is only print, this will not be written, but why to confuse? Okay, I'll just do f dot close. Okay, now if I open the file abcd.txt, can you see here Mahesh, Manu, Sonu? The data is written into this file. Okay, the data is written to this file. So we saw this. So now what happens again, I need to add some new data. Okay, in this file I have to add again now new data. Means again I opened the file. Assume the next time I opened, okay, this code, means the same code I opened, whatever, the same file someone opened. Okay, abcd.txt want to write, so he just starts writing f dot write London, Paris, whatever it is, f dot, it's not dot, comma, dot write London, Paris. You can also have the same thing, Berlin. Okay, so now let me run this and see what happens here. Actually it has to be refreshed. Let me close and open. Now let me open. Oh, is that the same file? abcd.txt. abcd, is the two file got created or what? Okay, it is a separate script. It would have created one more. Okay, let me try here only. Run it. So it has to overwrite. That's what I am checking. See here, it has overwritten. I didn't give slash n. Maybe yeah, got it right. Let me close this. So basically it overwrites the data. W will overwrites the data. If we run the program, instead of overriding, if we want to append the operation, then we have to open the file with which mode. I see, I want to append the data, I don't want to override the data. So what I have to use? So now let me, so you send me in the chat. So what I have to use to append the data means it should not overwrite, it has to add the data. It has to add the data. So why is this cursor coming like this? How to avoid that? Yeah, we have to use A for appending. So let me close and reopen. So okay, yeah. So let me give slash n slash n slash n. So let me run this. Slash n means the new line, that's all. So you get like this. Now you know if I do write, it overwrites, the old data gets deleted. Now I don't want that to happen. I want to add the data. So then what I'll do, so I will open this with A. Okay, the same file is now opened with A. So I'll write Bengaluru, Pune and Mumbai. So now let me run this. It has to add the data with London, Paris, whatever it is there. So let us see what has happened. Can you see here? Bengaluru, Pune, Mumbai. It has appended. So append operation, you know. Close this. Okay. So a note already, yeah, it's there. Instead of overriding, if we need to add the data to the file, use the above EA mode. Use the above EA mode. So hope you understand that. It should not be complicated. Okay. So we saw how to write a data, and if I again use what it does, it overrides. Now I don't want to overwrite. What I do, I use A mode, which adds the data. Okay, that is the real use case scenario. No one wants to overwrite data, but yeah, there are some scenarios like I don't want the whole data, like yesterday's data I don't want, today I want. So everything depends on the business scenario. Yeah, yeah. After closing a file, you can read the file. Correct, correct. Closing means it would have been opened, and internally there will be some memory issue. It's only for that. So you can close, you can read it. There is nothing issue with that. So while writing the data, we use the write function. So yeah, so we know that. Now let us see how to read the character data from the text file. There are some times like I need to read a particular data set also. I want to read the entire data. I want to read from somewhere in the middle. So all those things can be done. Yeah, so let us see that. Reading character data from the text file. Reading character data from the text files. So we saw how to read, we saw how to write, we saw how to append. Now we will see how to read the data. We have a read function. Okay, so we can, yeah, so I will directly write read function. To read the total data means you have 1 crore data or 1 lakh data in a file. It will read the total data from the file. Now read n means you write read n means read 3, read 4. It reads so many characters from the file. Okay, if you give 3, only 3 alphabets or a 3 letters, digits, whatever it is. Okay, to read n characters. Sometimes they might ask interview. These are simple interview questions. How you will read only the 10 lines or 5 lines, or give me that character count, all those things. That time you have to know all these things strongly. How read works, write works, append works. Basically read works. You have to read from third line to so much. You have to count how many lines are there, how many words are there. This can be interview questions. In a program, count how many lines are there, means in a file how many lines are there, how many words are there, how many characters are there. Then you should know this. Okay, you can't escape. Okay, sir told it is good for working, not in the interview. Interviewer can ask anyway. So read everything strongly. Okay, so to read n characters from the file. And read line is also there, read lines is also there. Read line, what read line function, what it does, to read only one line. To read only one line. See, all this function you can use. So you can read line plus increment 1 and use in for loop. See, this is how the way I exactly want you guys to think. In the program they give you to read so many lines, how many lines are there. You should immediately think, okay, there are some functions called read line functions, read function, all those things. Okay, still see, instead of read line you write read, and your logic is good, mainly logic. where is the logic, what I have done in the string, that for, while, all those things the interviewer will see. I, even if I am taking interview, I am not worried whether that banda or that guy has perfectly written the function. He has near to that function, but his logics are good. Okay, if logics are good, it's okay. You can, in the organizations, what we do, we also Google it. We are not god, or so we are not written the coding, we also Google it. 5 to 15 or 20 times our codes will always get the error. 20, 30, 40 times there will be error. We will be fixing the error, seeing the error, running it. That is how it happens. It's not like training I am doing here, everything I am getting output. Okay, because I have prepared a notes and with that I am doing here. But when I am getting an issue, I also need half an hour, 45 minutes to troubleshoot. It's not like that. That's exactly happens in the company. So, being an engineer, you want to be a software engineer, don't run away from the logic. Try to, how to get the logic, practice. Practice the code. The more you practice, it's like you play cricket or gym. At the beginning, it is very difficult. After sometimes it becomes easy. Even the chess, if I am thinking about a mind game, because IT is again a mind game. Chess is a mind game. The even cubics, a person you think is a brainy, there are some steps, there are some 30 or 40 steps where you can, that cubic can be done in the same shape. If you know the techniques, you can also do it. The person who does in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, he knows that technique. He would have spent like 4 months, 5 months to practice. It's not like you give him a cubic, first time he is doing and did all the shits. Okay, so it's only practice. Practice beats the talent, smartness, intelligent. Okay, practice means, yeah, hard work. See, hard work is the only thing. I just say this because I have done lot of face-to-face training, and I know actually this is my first batch without face-to-face training. Okay, where I see the people is they lack confidence. They think they can't do only. So that's where like you are losing yourself. Each and everyone can do. Just put effort. One person puts 4 hours, you put 8 hours. That's all. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, read line, to read only one line, to read only one line. And I am here to guide you. Basically, I am teaching you also, but there are many things which I might not have taught you, might ask in interview also. That means I am showing you the path. Boss, go in this way. And I am also telling there is some learnings also is required. It's not like in the interview, I know all the 1,000 people what they ask and I am giving you. And mainly still I am confident 90, 70, 80% the same question they will ask, because I have given lot of interviews. So I am very confident about it. But still, yeah, you should also put your effort, do all the assignments, learn new things. Learn new things in whatever I have taught. Means becoming strong in this, not something as I told, oops is there in Python. Not required. So you want to learn, if you are expert, you learn, it's good. No one has asked. I have attended 40, 50 interviews. No one has asked object oriented programming. It's irrelevant. There are like that. Even when I come to what the cloud and all, we need very less services. Okay, you push the PySpark into the cloud, which we would have already learned, and use database, something of Redshift, where SQL you have already learned, and integrate and load the data. So, but the questions would be on more of the architecture and all. Learn only that. Cloud like that, you have like 500 services. So not required of learning all the thing. It's not required like I need to teach everything just to show that you know everything. So it doesn't work out like that. So like that path I can show. In that path you become strong. That's all. Okay. So read lines. So to read all the lines into the list. All the lines. To read all the lines. To read all the lines. Okay. So let us see, to read the total data from the file. We will see all the examples now. To read total data from the file. To read the total data from the file. So we have already the data ABCD file. So I will use which mode? R mode now. I want to read the data right now, what is there in that. Let me close this also. Then you will think somewhere because it is open we are able to read. So I have closed. Okay, data equal to f dot read. Okay, so okay, now I need to, okay, I have to print it actually. I have not printed, print data. And also good practice is to close. See, you got all the data: Paris, Berlin, Bangalore. There is a London also above. Okay. So good practice is you do of f dot close. Actually, yeah. Okay. So it closed. So there is an operation to check whether your file is closed or not closed. I showed you just before this. So now that's what. To read only first 10 characters. How you do that? So to read only first 10 characters. To read only first 10 characters of data. To read only first 10 characters of data. So I will give here 10. So let us see what it gets printed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe some space or something, or it is taking -1 or something. So yeah, it is able to show so much characters. Okay, to read some data. Next, to read data line by line. I need to read data line by line. So how can I do it? To read data line by line. So again read is the thing. So I can also use, we have just seen, read line. To read only one line means line by line I need to read. I can use the read line and move to the next line. I can push this to the next line. So instead of this I will use read line, and after that, so print, I will make it as line 1, and there is a end thing which will go to the end, and next it goes to the line 2. Go to f dot read line. Okay, end and all we have done. Okay, so let us see what it will do. London, Paris. So they can club and ask how many lines are there, then how will you do it? So note that. Okay, so next is I want to read all the lines, means the entire lines. Okay, so read also does, but yeah, there is read lines also, means to read all the lines. So I will use this one, read lines function, and I can use the for loop rather than doing like this. See, you should get this. Okay, already we have done. For loop will see with entire thing. So that is why we learned first for loop, we learned all the logic, so many for loop, if loop and all. So because everywhere we use that, whatever you do, you will use, means the all the things, means that is a practical situation, right? You will have data everywhere and you want to read it, all the data, so you use this. So print line. So it will read everything. Okay, it has come space, so you have to just use something properly. Okay, yeah, just something, some escape characters or something to read all lines in the list. Okay, So now I will give you one example now. So what you do, you read first three, not lines, first three letters. Next print you read everything. Again you read four letter and read remaining data. So what I'll do is I want you to in a program, in a single program, read. Okay, first of okay, for you guys quickly, I will give you. You can try. First you have to write. You can try this in PyCharm only now. Write a file india.txt. Okay, add state whatever, Karnataka, whatever, Maharashtra, Rajasthan. Again close the file, open the file and add Kashmir, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu. Okay, do this first. First you read, right? After that, what you do, let us you wrote this. I think for this, you know what you have to do. After closing, you need to have all these things. Close the file, open the file, and add this data, add this state, whatever. Next, read first three characters. Read first three characters. Next, read the first entire line. Next is read the next line, first four characters. Next, read the entire file. Read the remaining entire file data. So take some 10 minutes, read all the thing. If you have doubt, read it. It's simple only. Whatever we have done, it looks bigger. First you take the file, you write it, again you will append it, and next you will read first three lines. That means you have to get, I will also can give you the output. Read the first three characters means you will get KAR. Next the entire line. Next read the first entire line means I think like you have to get remaining this. Apart from this, you have to get this. Okay, here. Next, read the next four characters means MAHA, whatever, MAHA, RASTRA, Maharashtra. So I'll take MAHA. Okay, read the next four lines. Next read the entire remaining file means after this everything. MAHA. So everything we have to get. Okay, see, I have also showed you the output. Now there is no confusion. So the output should be like this. So I can also send you guys this. It is not coming in the simple thing. I can also share you this file so that you can have a review of whatever we have done. You need not to have that in confusion. 26th November. Okay, so that you can also refer now only like how to do it. I have shared the file also in the group. Take some 10-15 minutes. It's simple only. Understand and try to get me the output. I would have muted. So, okay, this is correct for writing and appending. Okay, good. So, how about after that? Okay, continue. Yeah, if this is done. So, reading three characters, all these things. Try. Read whatever I have done and try to do. Okay, so next you are reading, yeah, it this will work here till here, correct. So yeah, you are reading this well, so this will work. So next is this. Read the entire line, this one. See, everyone has to try. I don't see everyone trying. That's what I am also observing. Please try. Everyone has to try. This does not require logic at all. This is just using the function. Okay, let me only show you. So let me print this only in your shares written. Okay, f dot read line. So let us do that. Why not everyone are trying? That's the bad thing. That is really bad thing. Okay, so final losers will be only you, not me, or not anyone. That you have to understand. Okay, so my expectation was everyone will try and start sending answers. So I think like you guys are sleeping or having dinner. I don't know. Okay, f dot write. Yeah, f dot close. Right. Yeah, this will work till here. So india.txt. So first let me see. Let us do this. Just see here. So what is the thing I have given? First write this. You already know. You create india.txt file. Okay, and add all these things: Karnataka, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, RJSTHN, Rajasthan. So you have a file called where is that file? India.txt. So which has Karnataka, Maharashtra, Rajasthan. Now I need to use append to add this. If I do W, what it will happen? It will overwrite. So you already know. So that means this becomes Kashmir. This becomes Gujarat. This becomes Tamil Nadu. Okay, so change the mode to A. So now if you see, you would have got all these things: Rajasthan, Kashmir, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, whatever. So now we have the file with all this data. So now what I have to do is I have to read this file. So reading the file is this one R. Okay. So the mode is R. Now read function is there. Print. But first time what I have to do, I have to read only three characters. So see here KAR I got. So I'll just keep on copy pasting the code. So next time what I have to do, I have to print f dot read line. So what will happen, let us see. As soon as I do this, it was able to print the remaining thing. Okay. Okay, good. If you are trying, I am happy. So you will be, it is easy later. You are learning, that is the first thing. Okay, so print now is, I have read that line. Next, I want to read f dot read of 4. So what will happen? MAH has come, Maharashtra. Okay, that was the second thing, right? MAH. Okay. So next I want to read the remaining data. So print f dot read. So it reads the remaining data, or just for suppression I'll give this remaining data. This is just I am giving. This is hard coding. Don't think remaining data is there in the file. Okay, I am just to separate it. See, I got everything. First time KR, remaining Nataka, after that MAH, remaining data Rashtra, Maharashtra and Rajasthan, Kashmir, Gujarat. So this is how this will help actually. I don't know, they might ask like this also the questions for you. Okay, get this data. So usually in the while doing the project and all, we use the with statement. Okay, doing this activity. So what is advantage of using with statement for all this read, write, append? We will see. The with statement can be used while opening the file only. So we are using the open right directly, so we can use with also, the with open. So I will show you the with statement can be used while opening a file. We can use this group file operation statements within a file. We can use this to group file operation statements within a block. The advantage of if statement is what? It will automatically close the file. I need not to write f dot close. It will automatically take care of closing the file after completing all operations. Okay, that is one advantage. The advantage of with statement, we will see that. I will show you. Okay, by making is file closed or is file not closed, all those we saw, right? I will use with operation. You will see that even without using f dot close, the file gets closed. The advantage of with statement is it will take care of closing of file after completing all its operations automatically means automatically it closes the file. I need not to write f dot close. Okay, we'll see this. So let me use this. Usually in organization we use with open like this, with open ABC, and you want to give a path, you can give here like C colon wherever you want to hold, and later you will give the text file. Okay, then it would be in C drive. So now it is in the default operation. So W, next just an alias which is as f. So I can't give f equal to with, right? So that's why I'm giving as f. So now it's very easy for me to do the same operation, right? Okay, I will give something like NA or whatever, city dot txt f dot right thing, or names, whatever names, colors, red f dot right, f dot right, red, yellow, blue. Okay, so now let us see print is file closed. File closed after doing all the operations. Does the file gets closed? So now is file closed false? Can you tell me why the file is closed is stating as false? It has to state as true, right? That is what I have given. So you tell me, like, is my code proper, or where I have to write the file to get it closed? Means it has to come true. Have I done any issue in my coding, or whatever I've told is wrong? I am not audible. Am I not audible? You are not audible. No, you are not audible if you are speaking, Sachin. So I am audible, right? So no issues. Okay. So you are not audible. So okay, indentation print. Okay, good. See here, simple. Yeah. So what statement? See, this has become like the same previously f dot right. I have given a print here. So I have to give this to the with, because I have told with statement, as soon as you give with statement you need not to close the file. So that means to with I have to give here. That means it is used for with statement. See here now, is file closed, true. This is again a redundation. It's not error, but here if you are giving, it is not taking with only, it is not getting close, but if you give here, it is going with. Okay, so just know this, understand this well. Okay, so there is again seek and tell method. Okay, usually I have not used much, but yeah, I want to cover it because it just tells like the position of your cursor. Like you can also move the cursor, like while reading, you are in the 17th character. Now you want to come to the first character, or you want to move to the 30th character. Those things seek and tell method does. So let me do it. Okay, so seek function and tell function, because file handlings usually we use everywhere, so good to know. Okay, seek and tell methods. So tell, let us start with tell. Maybe you might use my projects. I haven't used, and you might use it, or yeah, it's good to know. So I can't be like only this will be used, this might not be used. Yeah, it's a simple thing, like to know the current position of your cursor from the beginning of the file. That is what tell method does. So let me give you a point and show you. Nothing of complicated. So we can use tell method to get the current position of the cursor. Current position of the cursor from the beginning of the file, from the beginning of the file. Okay, so let us see this, what does tell method does. So if I do what I have, ABCD, right? F equal to ABCD. 1 minute, I am muting. मैम गई नहीं आ रही मेरा मुझसे पता चला दस बजे आते हैं आ जाओ 10 बजे क्योंकि कल भी हुआ है ओ इसलिए 1 मिनट ठहरो अभी कॉल करूंगा Yeah, meditation she was completed 8:30 maybe she's somewhere working here. She's not making balance. I don't know. Yesterday I went and picked her. Maybe 9:30 after 9. So, okay, all right. So, yeah, F equal to ABCD open. Okay, open ABCD dot txt and it is a read mode. Okay, now print f dot tell. So print f dot tell. So what it says, if I do this, already lot of error. Okay, now okay, yeah, so it is in the 0th position, like if it has come here. Now I will try to read two words, means two characters, not words. F dot read of 2. Okay, so it has read whatever London yellow it has read. Now the same thing I'll do. Which position? Okay, see it as selling. Now the position is 2. Okay, the all the smartness when program comes you have to use. No one will ask give me the second position, third position. Okay, those kind of kiddish question I don't think so they will ask, but they will tactically put this in some programs. Okay, so if someone puts like this, you should be able to say. So I'm just helping you knowing all these functions. So once that's what in that 100 or 120 new programs you do, all these things would be covered. That is what I am telling. Even the question today, like Sachin asked, right? The IP program. I don't think so many people have opened the assignment. Also, there also the first thing is that question is like you will have one file. Okay, if you have one file like IP address like 192.6.8.0. Okay, one second. Hello. ಅವರು ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಂದು ಏನೋ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ ಆಲ್ರೈಟ್. Okay, so like this, if you have a file and some data is there, means usually whenever you take from internet, you will have HTTP something zs.com. After that, some data will be there. Like this, the files would be like this: some name, city, okay, and email ID. So now in this file, raw file, there will be lakhs of file. You have to somehow pick this IP address. That is what my question is. So for that again you have to open the file, see the length and see something, any IP address from where it starts, what is the ending, like 255. I wanted you to understand the IP address, how it works. Okay, so whatever the number comes with this four dots, you have to extract that data and put it in one file or whatever you display. So again what you will do, you will use this file only, like you will open and use that some text, some file.txt, and you start reading that file. In that file you read and you will find this pattern and extract this pattern from the entire file. That was the question where it was asked, right? So if you see this, yeah, the same question to extract IP address from the file. This was asked to me in the interview. That's why I gave you. For me, it was asked. That too, it was asked for me by the manager after the three rounds of technical. The manager, who is a final round, I was shocked. Like I thought managerial questions would be only some general questions, but he was a techno managerial. He was very. We had lot of love towards the program and a lot of technical questions he asked. So I remembered and added this in assignment. So like that, yeah, this is an interview question again. So at least you try to understand the question and you try to do something. How will you attend the interview? The questions they will directly ask you: Python program to extract IP address from the file. So that means you have a file, you have an IP address. So even if you don't understand how the IP address, you can ask. So can you explain me like what is a pattern of IP address you are looking? They will tell there will be three dots. Any IP address will start with 0.0.0.0 till the end will be 255.255. You need not to know how IP address and all works. Just ask him the interview question. Now you have to build the logic. Okay, in my file, anything start with 00 and end with this. You know, start with operation is there, end with operation is there. Intermediate anything comes should be extracted from this file. If you are able to do this, you know this. So you will take the help of opening the file, reading the file, all these things. Okay, so yeah, so this is how you should be. So I have already told you the way, and remaining is left to you. Okay, so yeah, so what I was doing, so I was showing you this. Yeah, so you can see here. Now I will do again f.10. So you'll see what is the position now. So you got this fifth position. Okay, So now let us see seek like this. So tell will tell the position. So no one will ask read tell. So how you will implement here? Can you implement here? All those things is left to you. I can't teach you. There are thousands of programs. I can't teach you everything. So you should start doing. If I teach you thousand program, 1001 program interview, if they ask, you will not be able to do. So think, extract and get it. Okay. So let us do the seek function next. So what does seek function does? So we can use seek method to move the cursor. Okay, let me give you a point over here. We can use seek method to move the cursor to a specified location. Okay, to move the cursor to the specified location. That means our cursor is in third position. So here if you see your cursor right now is in the fifth position. That is what tell is telling. And right now boss, your cursor is in the fifth position. Now I want to move to the first position or 15th position, whatever. I can do that using seek method. Okay. Let us see this how to do. So now let me take this as an example. All students, okay, all students are good. Okay, I will make like this. So now, okay, this is a data. What I do is f equal to, I'll open the file. So how to do this? How to open the file and okay, we have a data. Okay, I'll write this data to that file. Okay. Okay, all right. So yeah, you know what write will do. Write will overwrite directly. Okay. So this data I will write into the file with the mode W. Okay, it's W is small. W is small. So now f dot write of data. Okay. So now I'll use width. I'll use width. Open. Okay. So abc dot txt. So what I'll do is I will use this r plus. Okay. I will give to you, then I will go into. Okay, bye. Good night. Thank you. So Parquet file, yeah, here also we can generate here. Most probably there are some commands. Usually in Spark, I have generated the Parquet file. So let me have a look. Like here also, I think yeah, we can generate the Parquet file. So I will have a look for that command. Okay, and tell you. Yeah, we can generate. Yeah. So Parquet file can be generated. Yeah, it's not a component of Spark, so it can be generated through the programming also. But let me look for that command so I can directly see that. Second. Python code to generate. Okay, convert text file to Parquet. Can we do that? Python convert CSV to Parquet. So again, yeah, pandas is one thing which I have to tell you. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. So what they have done. So through pandas we can do. So pandas is one thing as a data engineer we should know. So pandas we will use. Mostly like I don't use Panda, I usually use a Spark. Pandas concept only they have taken in the Spark, because what Pandas does is it just creates a tabular format. Like you will have rows and columns, like you will have some file, it will give name, phone number, like a dictionary. Like you will have some file like name Mahesh and salary 5,000. So name and salary would be made as column and inside the data. So that tabular, like a SQL, like a table format, can be done using pandas. So what they have done, there is a function, right? So you make a data frame. Data frame means a table, which we will be learning. And after that, write data frame to Parquet file using toParquet function. There is a function called toParquet, which just converts your normal file to the Parquet file. That is what the thing is there. We will see it. I'll get this code and I'll explain you this. So pandas I want to do, so we can do that. So that's not a big deal. Okay, so there is a simple function here. Data is there, pandas. So this I'll teach you. So what data frame and convert to the data frame Parquet. Okay, this is how the new things. If you don't know, Google it, you will get. But to Google and understand also, you should know the basics. Whatever I have taught is a basic. You should be very strong. So with that, like, you can understand by yourself. This is a library, a new library. Okay, pandas. Usually like NumPy is there. Other things are there. We don't need NumPy because it comes to the statical, like data science. Pandas we require because the tabular format is very much required for a data engineer. And as a data engineer, see, as I told, Spark also, the complete funda of Spark is to get a huge volume of data, raw data, and convert into rows and columns. But the drawback of pandas is it has only single engine. It does not have multi-threading. Multi-threading means there is one task, only one person can work. If the task is very big, it might take 100 days. But in Spark, I can assign 100 people, so the task can get in one day. If I want in 1 hour, I can keep 1,000 people. If I want in 1 second, I can get 5,000 people also. That's the beauty of Spark and the power of Spark. So yeah, even in Spark, I do the same thing. Like I get the data, what I'll do, I just assign some list to list, and with that list we convert it to a data frame. Data frame is something giving rows and columns, and yeah, so any format they have given this 2_Parquet format. Maybe for ORC 2_ORC is there, so it will be like that. That's all. So that is a way. So you do that, and in the interview tell confidently, yes, I have worked on Parquet. Next, the questions would be theoretic, which is difficult to understand every behavior, seeing practically the compression, difference, headers, all those things that even in the company we don't worry so much. So they start asking you your knowledge, like when to go for ORC, when to go for Parquet, all those things. So that's where like you have to know this thing, and then we can learn that. So got that right? Yeah, we are able to convert that. Good questions, like that questions are good. Okay. Even I have not converted a Python file to Parquet. I've used the Spark file to Parquet because all my projects mainly work through Parquet. And Python I mainly use for scripting. Like I told, right, there is some extraction of data like this just now we saw, or at the beginning also I showed raw data. I want to make it tabular formats. Okay, so for those things, or scripting moving of the data, where those moving of data and all is not required a huge volume of data. When I want to do processing, I have always used Spark, because we always have huge data, like 5 TB, 10 TB, 30 TB, 50 TB of data. So I can't use Python to do that. I can't use pandas to do that. I have to use Spark. So whatever I am trying to say from now on, try to understand. So what is the logic? The huge volume of data is always, that is the only best distribution engine. Right now we have Spark, we don't have anything. Also Snowflake is also picking up, but also Snowflake uses the what also uses the cloud engine, and it just converts to the structure, but Spark can do many things apart from Snowflake. I can help you in knowing the differences. Yeah, okay, let us continue. So what is this R plus does? Okay, let us first do this. Just read all those things. So text f dot read. Uh, this is just to demonstrate, like, yeah, what, like seek function, right? That is what we were doing. Yeah, seek function. Seek function, what it does, like moves the cursor to the specified location. So let us complete this. It's very easy to understand after completing. So note the program. Okay. So now print the current position. Print the current cursor position. F dot tell. F dot tell will tell the current cursor position. Okay. Next, after that I have to move to some 12th or 17th position. Okay. I have to move that to the 17th position. Next, print. Next is the current cursor position. Okay, the current cursor position. So f dot tell, it will tell what is the current cursor position. Next, I will write some data. F dot write, from good to jumps I'll do. Okay, so now again, what is seek function is doing? Move the cursor to the specified location. So I'll move this to 0 location, to the beginning. Text equal to f dot read. So I've already showed you. I want you guys to understand this. Okay, already, like previously I gave you time and I showed you the same thing I am doing, but here I am using seek and tell function. So you already know read function, all those things. Open. Okay, now I have used here with. Okay, so f dot read. So print text. So just for to know the changes, I'll just do data after modification, data after modification. So what I do here, print of text, print of text. Okay, so now let me run it. So all students are good. Okay, it has written the current position is 21. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That means it has written and come to the last position. Okay, now what I have done, I have moved that to the 17th position. That's what the seek function does. Seek function will move the cursor to the specified location. I have moved it to 17th location. Okay, after moving that to the 17th location, because I know 17th location is somewhere here, I have replaced with jumps. From the 17th location, the write mode will do what? Overwrite. Good is overwritten to jumps. Again, to read sake, I have brought it back to the 0th position. That means at the beginning position. So from there, when I read will read entire data. So just for your understanding, data after modification, all those things, all students are jumps. Okay, so this is how tell and seek function does. Where I've kept it, this Where is our 26th folder? Okay. Okay, this is how seek and tell function works. So now this is also important, like how to check a particular file exists or not. Okay, so we need to find the files in our computer. Like there is a function called isFile function, whether that function is there or not. Maybe what happens in server when we are working, we have to check whether the file name has come or not. If the file name has come, you do the activity. If the file name has not come, you wait. So that time there is a function called isFile. That function will help you, and these are important actually. We use most of the time. Like for that also we have to import some OS library. So let me give you this part because this is important. I used most of the time. How to check a particular, means whenever the file in this activity, how to check a particular file exists or not. I just gave you one requirement because every day the file comes, that is our duty. Like we have to check whether the file has come. If the file has come, do the processing or do some calculation. If the file has not come, wait and check for the file. So that is what is file has come. Okay, so we can use OS library to get information about files in our computer, server, whatever it is. OS module as a path submodule, OS module as a path submodule which contains isFile function to check whether a particular file exists or not. Particular file exists or not. Okay. So that is OS dot path. We will see an example as we do for everything, so you understand. So the same program we will do. Write a program to check whether the given file exists or not. The given file exists or not. If it is available, then print its content. If it is available, they can ask this question also. If it is available, this does not require logic. This requires the proper use of library and the proper use of opening a file, reading a file, all those things. Is it available? Then these are simple questions actually in the interview. You already know like what can be the complicated questions, the more of logics, everything where you have to. So okay, this is copied here, right? Okay. So let us do that import OS. This is again a library we are importing. Okay. So file name. Let us take from the user input, enter the file name, enter the file name. So now if os.path .isFile file name print file exists, so print file exists, file name f equal to open file name, so read. Next, after if file exists, so I have to start reading, else print file does not exist. That is what the thing, right? File does not exist, or some waiting for the file. Every day that file has to come on a particular wait for 30 minutes. There is a sleep also, there is a sleep function. So what does sleep function does? So 60 means 1 second it wait, or you want to increase like this. So you can do all those things. That's what. So maybe all those things I might not teach. Maybe you will learn if you, this is a foundation, because every feature I can't teach you. Okay. So obviously I want you to be strong in this. If I try to teach every feature, you will forget the main feature. Okay. So file does not exist. And even if I teach, then it will become 8 to 10 months Python course. Okay, file name. Okay, import OS, file does not exist. So then you have to exit from the system, means exit from the code, the exit dot zero. So I will give you the point. What is that exit? So print the content of the file. File is, so data equal to f dot read. So you know f dot read function will read everything. Okay, so print data. Obviously I have to, after reading I have to print the data. So whenever you are using with here, okay, here I am not using that, it's fine. So enter the file name. Usually seconds only, so no provision for hour, minute. Usually with seconds we give, like converting whatever you do. So enter the file name. Okay, so I will give the file name abc.txt. File exists. If the file exists, the content of the file is all students are gem. Just now we did that, this one. So let us see one more file. I want to do like india.txt. See all the content. File exists, india.txt, the content of the file. This can also be some requirement in the organization. Okay. So now this we were able to achieve this OS. Okay. So and system. So to exit the system without executing rest of the program, we use sys.exit. So that is a note for you. Sys.exit of 0. To exit system, to exit a system without executing rest of the program. Okay, 0 means normal termination and it is a default value. Okay, 0 means it is normal termination and it is default value, and it is default value. Okay. So now one more question for you. Okay, the same question, like I have taught you how to use OS function, whether the file is there or not. So first I want you to check the file whether it is there. Next you read the file and tell me how many lines are there in the file and how many words are there and how many characters are there. So this is a true interview question. So that interview question I want you to think. Okay, program to print number of lines, words and characters present in the file. Present in the file. First check the file whether it exists or not. You know, if it does not exist, use the same code. I am not worried whether you use the same code and all, but I need, for example, if you have here this much How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many lines are there? How many words are there? How many characters are there? I want it to be printed. You understand how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many words? Words also 6. Okay, if you have paragraph also, it should count everything. Okay, by giving some space or whatever. And yeah, any example. And how many words? Words characters means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. All the characters have to be counted, like 50, 60, or 80 it will come. So write a program for that. I'll give you like 10 minutes. Write it. It's an interview question, so use that. So understand, it's again some logic. You have to use length function, split function, same thing whatever I have done. So try to use that function, it will work. Just I'll give you 10 minutes, just try to do this. ಹೇಳು ಗೋಡಂಬಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಗೋಡಂಬಿನೇ ಜ್ಞಾಪನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮನೆ ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್. ತಡಿಯೋದು ನಿಮಿಷ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆರಾಮಿದೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಮೂವಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ನೋಡು ಹೋಗಿ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಂತೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಅವನು ತಲೆ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ಅವನು ಡಿವೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗಿರು ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಗಳು. ಅವ ಯಾರೋ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ತು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಲೆ ತಿಂದೆ. ಮದುವೆ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ನನಗೆ 15 hours ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅದೇ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಈ ತರ ತಿಂಗಳು 1 3 days ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಬಂದಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ 10 days ಮಂಡೆಯಿಂದ ಫ್ರೈಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿ ತಲೆದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಲೆದಿಲ್ಲ. 10 ವರ್ಷ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆವು, divorce was very difficult to get out of it. They lost property, all that. ನೀವು ಎತ್ತೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನಿಬ್ರು ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಜನ ಬಿಟ್ಟದ ಟೇಬಲ್ಗೆ. ಅವನು ಗೊತ್ತು ಮೊದಲು ಅವನೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರೋ ಅವ್ರ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಡೈವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಮನಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುತ್ತಾಡ್ತಾ ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ಡಬ್ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬ್ಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂದಲಿದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಗಿತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಗಿಸೋಣ ಅಂದ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ತಿರ್ಗಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 50 ಅವರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಷ್ಟು ವಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಪೈಥಾನ್. ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ 5 days ಎಲ್ಲ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬಿಡು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಂತ. ತೋರ್ಸಾಯ್ತು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್. ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿತ್ತು ದಿನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ. ನಾವು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ವಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ. 3:15 ಗಂಟೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ.
ಓ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಇದ್ದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ, ನಾನು ಜಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೆ ದಿನ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ. ಅವಳು ಇಬ್ಬರ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಜಿಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಗಾಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಜಿಮ್ಮು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಾಗಿಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ನೀನು ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ದ ನೋಡು, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಜಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಡಿ. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹಂಗಾಗಿದೆ, ಏಜ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಗೋದು ಫುಲ್ಲು. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ 45 years ಅವ್ರು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ಸಣ್ಣದಿರೋದು. ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡ, ಅವಳೇ ಬಂದು ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಒಣಗುತ್ತೆ. 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು. ನಾನೇ ತಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೆಲ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ಶುಗರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮು? 9:13. ಅಷ್ಟಿದೆ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ನ ಯೋಗ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ, ಫಿಸಿಯೋಥೆರಪಿ, ಅಕ್ಯುಪಂಕ್ಚರ್. ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ? ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್, ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಥೆರಪಿ, ಮಸಾಜ್, ಆಯಿಲ್, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಚಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್. ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದು ತಂದಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋ ತೋರ್ಸು. ನೀವೇನು ಕಾಣಿಸೋದು? ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಮಾಡೋದು. ನಾನು ನೀವು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಮೊನ್ನೆನಾ ನಾಳೆ ತೆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಅದಿದ್ದು ಯೋಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ 3-4 days ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ಲು ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಥರನೇ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಹಂಗೆ 2 kg ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಒಂದು 85 ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, 95 ಇಂದ ಇವಾಗ. ಬಟ್ ಬರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇರೋರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟರಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್
ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್. ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾಳೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ಕಾಟೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ 14,000 ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಊಟ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಮಸಾಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಆಯ್ತು ತೋರಿಸಿ ಕಾಟೇಜ್ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. 12,600 ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಖಾಲಿನೇ ಇರತ್ತೆ.
ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ಇದ್ದೀರ ಅಂತ. ನೀವು ಬರೀ 4 days ಇದ್ದೀರ. ನಾವು ಕಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ.
ಯಾವ ಕಸಿನ್ಸ್? ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಯಾರು ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ?
ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕ್ತವ್ರೆ. ಜನರಲ್
ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ. ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ.
ಅವನೇ ಇವಾಗ ಟಾಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು. ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾನೆ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೀನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಅವ್ರು ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ.
ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ ನೀನು, ಯಾರ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ಯ?
ದೀಕ್ಷಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
ಯಾರು ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ನೋಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್.
ಅದೇ ನಿಂದ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್. ಯಾ ಬನ್ನಿ. Okay, let me see this. See, I see the people who have done are only sending me. How about others? Okay. Path of file name, if was path file name, file dot read. So let me run this and see what will happen. This I've kept. Enter the file name india.txt. So file statics for india.txt, okay, whatever, number of lines 6, number of words 6, number of characters 51. So it is working fine, but yeah. So understand this, like we have already done length, contents. So every program can't be explained. So understand there are again 2 to 3 ways to do that. Okay. So know this, like you have split by space. That is what you have to understand. So how the words get split by space, because there will be one space for every word. That is what, if you have dash, give dash here. Okay, so alright, my internet connection has an issue, so that is the reason. Okay, so know this, like if you have dash, so words will have space. That is what by default split will have space. So if you give dash, if your data file contains my dash name dash is like that, then dash you are splitting a words by dash. Now you are splitting a word with whatever space. So the number of characters, length of content. Okay, that means, so whatever content, see file dot read, whatever content is there, it is trying to find the length of it. Okay, so everything is a length. Okay, it is splitting the lines. See here, the function is used here is split line. It goes to the next line. Split lines are going to the next line. Okay, the words you are splitting by space. Okay, the you should understand, means you have to ask, means in the company whether, see everywhere usually by default you have a space. So that is what split of this. This directly the content means everything it reads and counts. Okay, so that is what it does at the end. Okay, so the number of lines, number of words, it's very simple. Okay, understand this. It's not complicated. Okay, so I want to show one thing, like program to read the data and move the data to the CSV file. Okay, so because CSV files are again important, so you want to have a CSV file. That's what in the organization it would be there. So usually it would not be 4 or 5 data, but I will show like how to import a CSV library and how to add the data like employee number, employee name, salary, and the output would be in CSV file. So let us see this one for today. So handling CSV files. Okay, so CSV means comma separated value, means usually your Excel. So know this, nothing to worry, you don't know the basics also. So usually you have some data, so you save it. So the best way to see XLS is there, the best way to save is CSV, that is comma separated value, which can be opened by any of the system, whether Mac system or Linux system. It opens in a proper way. If you do it as XLS is limited to the Microsoft is of Windows machine. When you open in Ubuntu, that is Linux or Mac, there will be some data issue, means data corruption can happen, or data can be here and there not in a proper format. So people love to save the data in the CSV. Okay, CSV is a very good format to save the data. So that's why yeah, we will be see how you do the CSV saving. So you will just change it to the CSV. Okay, so yeah, so let us do that. So it is comma separated values, CSV. So writing yeah, CSV is comma separated value, and it's a common requirement to write the data with this. So what we will do, writing data to CSV files. So writing data to CSV file. So let us just come here and just first we have to import CSV. So just check whether you have CSV or not, or else just check. I'm not sure. If you don't have, you have to go here. There is a setting option. Okay, so go to the Python interpreter. Here it is an add function. This is how you add the packages. Means packages, again they would have written a program to convert your data to CSV to do other activities. So do CSV and install package, so that your CSV package is installed, so that the program which is written or to convert to CSV file is got. Error occurred while installing. I already have CSV actually, could not find the version. Okay, but you do it, it will get installed. Okay, I already have CSV. Okay, installed package. I am getting error. Maybe I already have. That's why it's saying something. But you try this, or else it will throw red. Okay, so you have to import CSV. So with open emp.csv, so use write new line. Okay, so asf. Okay, what is the error? This is done, write is done. Okay, why this? Okay, wait. So next w equal to CSV dot writer of f. So return CSV writer object. Okay. W dot write row. All this, yeah. Write row. So what we use? We will use the list, the columns employee number. We need this as header, right? Employee number, employee name. Okay, next is salary. Next is employee address. Okay. Next, n equal to int of input, enter number of employees. So I can't hear you if you are speaking. Okay. So n equal to int of input, enter the number of employees. See, here I am not using any logic. I am just trying to feed some details, get the output, just giving you knowledge that how to use CSV and how with is the common way of using closing and opening and write mode. These are the things. These are like very simple. Enter number of employees to the classes which we started actually. To compare to that, these are easier. For I in range of n, okay, n, okay, this is the input I have to give, employee number, input, enter the number of employees, input, enter number of employees, this employee name equal to input, enter. See, these things I want you only to do, but you will not do only. So better I'll show this. Okay, ESAL, enter employee salary. Okay, just all these things you know. Now, just we will be seeing this would be written into the CSV file. That's all. Okay, so all these are taken as a input from us, from the user. Okay, see this right row, all those things are a part of CSV package. Whenever you are importing CSV, see, it's already recording here, right? So you can't ask all those things. It's already recording. So don't ask new things. Already recording. Where is this? So access I will get you tomorrow because I'm not. I'm outside. I'm traveling actually for 10 days. In my traveling, I'm taking classes. That is the reason. Like yesterday, today, was not able to do. So tomorrow I will do something. But one second, where is that thing? Which I want to see. Okay, okay. Screen is not visible. Okay, sorry. I can't actually able to hear what you guys are telling. So you guys are not audible. I don't know. Okay, okay, all right. It's okay. Like yeah, I'll just share the screen. Yeah. I was not even able to open the chat, and also that's why like okay, yeah, okay. Sorry for that. Okay, now I am able to do that. I was trying to write this program. Okay, so this you saw, right? Like what is that? Yeah, this you know, this we discussed. Okay, this is what like I started writing, like how to import a CSV. CSV is a file. Okay, so which is comma separated value. Okay, so which is commonly used in the organizations, and it helps in any different platforms. CSV is commonly used. XLS will be of Microsoft only. So this Excel. If you go to Ubuntu, you will not have Microsoft Excel. You have Excel, but it is a open office something. In Mac, there is some other thing. So CSV is commonly used. So we take CSV, import CSV. You try it. If you are getting error, you have to go here, go to the setting. Okay, in the settings, go to the Python interpreter. Okay, there you add and select CSV. and do install package. Okay, this is how we start adding the packages. Even if I want to add pandas, I go here and add pandas. Directly you will not have all these import functions. First you have to get into your library, because Python has all these libraries, but in your project, this is a project, in your project this library will not be added by default. To add this library, whenever, as and when you have a program, for example right now I am using CSV, so CSV might not be there, maybe I have added last week or sometime it is showing import CSV, but if it shows red, that means you have to go to the file, there will be a setting option. Okay, file, setting option, go to the Python interpreter, select this, and here you will see what, CSV. Select this and do install package. So it installs the packages. That means this CSV library will be in your project, whatever project, Python project you have. So then you import CSV, it will work, or else directly you copy paste or write it, it will not work until unless you don't go to the settings. Where is the setting? Go to the, yeah, Python interpreter, add it, and yeah, whatever CSV is there, CSV, pandas is there, pandas, numpy is there, numpy, all these are the library which has the specific functions to do it. Okay, so even you will have some math functions to do. So that is what you will import. These are called importing the library. Some might be default, but many would be like, you have to go here, go to the settings, go to the Python interpreter, select this and start adding the library. Okay, so CSV, and there is a bottom install package, you install it. So I have just opened the file, means opened means I have creating, it gets created also. Writer for all are a part of CSV function. Okay, it returns the CSV writer object. Okay, to write whatever the things, that is I can do CSV writer object, just for your knowledge, CSV writer object. Next, write row is also part of CSV, means it is writing in an Excel, employee number, employee name, column wise. Okay, and next is you are giving an input, enter number of employees, based on number of employees 3 or 5, it feeds here, you know, for I in range of 3 means 0 1 2, for I in range of 5 means 0 1 2 3 4. So based on that it feeds here. Employee number, enter number of employees, employee name, enter the employee name, salary, enter employee salary. Okay, all these are input, whatever name, it's a user means from the keyboard. After that you are writing this write row. Okay, so into the list, employee number, employee name, employee salary, employee address. So again, okay, print total employees. So let us first see what happens with this. Number of employees, I'll just take 2 now. Enter the number of employees. Yeah, enter the employee number. This was employee number, I gave number. Okay, enter the number 101. Name Adam, salary some 5,000. Again 102. Name Mohan, salary again 5,000. So it is properly finished. So you'll also have that file, see employee.csv. See, open here, I can just open the file location. Okay, let us open the file location. Where is that information? It's not showing. emp.csv, right? emp.csv. So do I have emp? Okay, here it is. But let us see the data. Data has come. Okay, why it has come? It has not come what I wanted. Some mistake has happened. So it has got with employee number, employee name, salary, address. But after that, the list has not replaced our data. Okay, some mistakes has happened. Okay, right row. Okay, there is small mistake. So it's properly creating a CSV file, adding the column name, but the data it is not adding. So it is in the for. I'm writing the row. Let me take only one. Permission denied. Okay. Okay. What is the permission denied? Let me. Okay. I create employee1.csv. Again, this is my 1 101 de whatever. So now mp1. So it is created, but okay. Should I add line here? Okay, why is this space here? Okay, why? Okay. Actually, I'm not able to hear. If you guys are speaking, you can chat. Okay, I got. Okay. Ah, I was not this one. There is something small thing which is not right row is there. Okay, should I add something here? New line. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, correct, correct, correct. Yeah. My battery is also done for the day. Yeah, if I give this, it prints as a variable, right? Yeah, correct. So I should not give it. It prints as a variable, true. I should not give as double quotes. Then it prints the same thing. Then it prints the same thing. That is some small mistake was there. Let me just. I'll just add one. Add okay. Just just I'll give a new thing. Two. Okay, enter number of employees 101, ADM Adam 6000. Okay, okay, salary is not defined. I didn't define the salary. Okay, e salary. Okay, okay, it is e salary. Salary. Okay, I didn't define the address. E address. Okay, e address is not required for the time being. Let us go ahead with only three. Okay, 1 101. So employee to CSV, let us see. Let me close this. Employee2.csv. Okay, finally we got good. Okay, this is a CSV file has generated the data. Okay, so so these are Andy, this will help you. Okay, so let me stop the class here and share you the notepad, and I'll just try to give access tomorrow, or else I'll speak with Neha, and I also have to discuss other things, so I'll call her tomorrow. So obviously I'll tell about this. So let me first send you this chat. Today is 26th. Okay. Okay, all right. Any doubts, any questions? Please complete the assignments. Okay, no doubts for today's class. Things are simple, you know. I was thinking today I will complete other things of Python also, but it's okay. Like it's good. Like classes were good. We went in a more simple way. So okay. So for you, okay, one quick thing I will give you. You have to read the data from the CSV file. We wrote the data, right? For your assignment is there are two assignments very important. First assignment is very important. Already I have told. Give me about Parquet, ORC, CSV, JSON differences. Please create a PPT, and I will ask everyone. You have to demonstrate in the class. One PPT or two PPT. Uh, like you would have already done. So what is Parquet, how it works, what are its the architecture, what is the difference, how the compression will happen. So all these things you have to research. Okay, you have done your degree engineering, so it would not be difficult. Okay, so this is very important. I have told it's a Pakka interview question, no time pass. One more, reading same thing we wrote, right? Now you read data from CSV file. So you put some 10 records, and later you read 10, or assume in Excel there will be 10 lakh records. You know, CSV there can even have 20 lakh, 30 lakh records. So you have to read all those data. So think about for loop. You have to read all the data, and you know, like read mode you use. So all those things you start reading. And for CSV there might be some CSV dot reader also. If you are using CSV, so obviously you use import CSV. There is something like after using open, so you have something like CSV dot reader for CSVs to read it. So a CSV reader object, like we used here, right? CSV dot writer. The same way use CSV dot reader to do CSV reader objects. Then have the data and do it in a for loop. You will be able to read all the data from the Excel. Okay. So this one also I will send in a chat. Okay, all right. So yeah, anyhow, I again I stopped sharing, but yeah, just now I explained this. I've sent you in the chat to everyone to read the data, and this one. Just copy that, download the notepad. So we will meet next week. Next week also I will say the time because I am traveling. That is the reason I am keeping it 7. I'm not for almost 10 days I am traveling. So next week also I'll tell you the time. It might be the same time. But yeah, you guys prepare it. Okay. Any doubt, email me, and I will help you in getting the access of all these things. Recordings mainly. Okay. Thank you. Good night. We'll catch up next week. Bye.